GMV episode 54. I'm Luke.
I'm Joe.
Let's get to it, man. So, how you doing? We're back for another Sunday morning, afternoon episode, depending on what time zone you in. So,
Yeah.
yeah, what's up, man?
Not much, man. I'm doing real good. Things here in Colorado, definitely all the work I've been putting in paid off this past week. Better Me LLC has its first client. I got my first client this week.
So just for someone who might be the first time they heard it, break down what it is, so what your coaching is and all that, just for people who aren't familiar.
Yeah, well, I've been going to school at the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, IIN, and I got a certificate. I'm a holistic health coach now. And, sorry.
Hey.
And,
Hey.
Look at his hair. Look at that hair.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways, sorry about that little interruption there.
No worries, man. No worries.
But holistic health coach. I always wanted to be a physical trainer and help people in some way, and this just gives me the whole outlook of somebody, and that's the way I look at myself. So it was very relative to me. And out here, I started my own company, Better Me LLC. I wanted a name that implemented change right off the bat, or implemented action. Like, when you say that, you kind of think to yourself, some people have anyways, a better me. Like, never thought of a better me. You know what I mean? Like, some people don't think of a better their self. Like, so I really like that name. I took a little while.
I like the name too, man. I gotta say, yeah. I like, what's the tagline to it? Just works well. Like, building a better you. Building a better you. Yeah, exactly. I like that. Yeah, it's nice and simple. Like, it seems, and I don't blame a lot of people for this, a lot of names for stuff like little businesses like that are getting shittier and shittier just because all the good names are taken, so it gets complicated. It'll be like some big ass word or something.
Yeah,
Like, you're like, man, I gotta look that up to even know what it means. I like the simple, concise, like something's easy to remember. So
yeah. Or you get an abbreviation and you don't even know what the company is. You just know the abbreviation.
Yeah, exactly. Man. There's way too much of that out there, and it's just the world we live in now. We got that many people and businesses going on. But yeah, I like to keep it simple myself, man.
Yeah. So out here, starting a business right off. I have a big Italian family back home. We all know about the family business back there. So, like, I wasn't real familiar with starting a business. And out here, it took me a little while to get some traction, doing a lot of networking groups and meeting up with a lot of new people, business people, which is pretty awesome. The area, just the crowd I kind of fell into here is really awesome. The people are energetic. They really want to help me out and stuff. And I got a few people interested about a month ago, and finally I got my first client, and I'm pretty pumped about it, man. Like, I know I've been here a little while, and sometimes to me it's like, fuck, I wish I had one, 2 months ago. But, dude, I've been my mom and stuff, everybody's like, hell yeah, Joe, you're doing great, and I, of course, want to be more ahead, but it feels damn good.
You know what it's like, man? Here's my analogy for this. It's like the stretching gains we've talked about in the past. Because, like, when you start lifting, you'll probably get the strongest right away if it's a new program. But that's not how it works with stretching. You might grind it out on a stretch for, like, 4 months, and then suddenly get, like, a giant improvement. So that's kind of the same thing you're experiencing business-wise. You're putting in a bunch of work and not seeing immediate return. And then, like I said this either last week or the week before, man, it's going to come all at once. Like, then you'll get a big rush, you know what I mean? Everything plateaus and comes in waves. So,
dude, it all came at once. Like, literally, I got my first client, working with him next week. This week I also got Aflac has called me up, the insurance company.
Yeah,
Aflac.
you mentioned that.
And they actually wanted to recruit me and see if I was interested in the job, and I went to that company, man, and it's pretty freaking badass. Like, Aflac is definitely something I didn't realize what it was. Like, it's an insurance company that will work with you. Like, say you want something other than Western medicine. Say you get in a car accident, you fuck your neck up, vertebrae's out of place. Instead of going to the hospital, they'll literally work with you to go to the chiropractor. They'll pay for chiropractor appointments. So, like, it's a really cool insurance company. It helps make us 100 employee businesses and smaller. Like, it helps make them look more appetizing to employees, so that they have benefits and stuff. And it also makes the company just more appetizing to like other insurance companies and stuff, knowing that they have something like Aflac they could trust in. You know, they're wicked good. They're a really good company, and I'm going to learn more about them. I'm sure I'll share. But I also, so that's my second thing. I got 3 big things that just happened. I also got on board with this thing here now. I was a little skeptic about it. I want to say that it seemed way too good to be true, and man, I did a lot of research, and I've been now to 4 meetings, and I've talked to these people, and they're living the dream. There's a product out there. It's called Limu. I don't know if you know what that is.
No.
Yeah, most people have it. Usually, one out of 10 people usually don't hear about this company. What this company is, it has an original product that I like a lot. It also has a few other products to talk about in a second. But this original product is called Limu Original. And what it is, it has fucoidan in it. Have you ever heard of fucoidan?
No, what is it? What is it, like a drink or what? What are we talking about?
Yeah, it's a drink. It's a food. Fucoidan actually is a food.
I haven't heard anything of it, so I'm totally new to this.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because you know how I am with supplements, man. Usually, I like to stay up on that, man, just because it's interesting. Like I don't try as much as I used to, but I still want to know what's going on for sure. Break it down.
It's a super badass nutrient. It's anti-inflammatory.
And what's
it helps
is it coming in a pill or a drink?
It's seaweed.
Or?
It's a drink. Yeah. This one from Limu comes in a drink, and it's extracted in one way that nobody else can extract it this way. It's patented. Yeah, actually, what it is literally it's only extracted to be able to put into the drinking form. It's literally the seaweed plant itself. Like I learned last night that a lot of people get fucoidan, and you know, I brought some skeptics with me to a party because what we do is we throw parties, we talk about the product, you know what I mean? It to some people it might seem like a pyramid scheme, but it literally isn't. It can't be. It shuts down after you double dip. It shuts down. 2 people below you, the person even below you could rise above you. There's no pyramid scheme involved.
I got to comment on that real quick because there's a lot of it's multi-level marketing is the normal term, and the difference between that and pyramid schemes are often nothing. Like they're the same thing. There's a lot of shitty products out there. Like it caught on like crazy in colleges a couple years ago with supplements. They just get these frat bros to sell shitty supplements and get someone else to sell it. And as you just mentioned, a lot of them are just straight pyramid schemes. But there's some totally legitimate companies out there, and I would say they're probably the minority, but like one that comes to mind that I haven't personally bought anything from, but I've heard of people talk about it, and it doesn't sound like anything shady to me, is there's like essential oil companies who do the same type, and for whatever reason, like some products, they've just fallen into that type of marketing. So yeah, I think that's a good point, man, because obviously to anyone out there, you should be wary of pyramid schemes. For sure don't want to fall into a pyramid scheme, but just because it's set up in that multi-level way, just like you said, you just do your research and figure out if it's legit or not. So.
And I did it heavy, man, because like for one thing, I got a girl that she is super skeptic on some shit. So like I had to
good.
like
you need
It is.
And I would even say essential to have someone who's going to be, even if it's a good idea, sometimes being skeptical can just fill in the holes, you know what I mean? Like
and it actually makes me better. It makes me find out the info and the facts, you know what I mean, on it.
When it's coming from a good place, like I said, I think that's essential. Like not someone just being negative for the sake of being fucking negative, because that's just useless. But being skeptical, like, dude, just real quick, that guy who was on Rogan a few times, he runs that Skeptic website. I think his name was like Michael Schremer or something. He had a weird last
it is
name,
Michael Schremer. Yeah,
he's been on a few times. I don't like everything the guy said. Like, it was great to see the episode where Graham Hancock and the other guy kind of roasted him. That was awesome. But having a very skeptical-minded perspective like that is super useful. Like, every time I hear him on Rogan, he's enlightened me to a few things. Like I said, even though I don't agree with everything. So, yeah, I think that skeptical mindset, like, having someone, a friend, to help you out and look that way is useful, or you can do it on your own, or just get contradicting opinions, you know what I mean? So you get the whole picture. But yeah, back to the point. So the product and what does it do? I'm curious.
Well, the fucoidan has like a stupid amount. Actually, I'm gonna send you some info on it just because it's pretty badass.
You already know.
But yeah.
Come on.
And the one thing, let me get real quick on the company. The one thing about the company that I love is everything I look up, they legitimately give me the facts and they give me answers. Like when you look up a lot of other companies, like I've had a couple people that were thinking about, coming on board Better Me and having me help them holistic health coaching. They just, oh man, I kind of forgot where I was going with that. I don't know what the hell happened.
All good, man, because I just thought of something on that. Perfect. We just had a breakup on. Skype just broke up real quick, so repeat that.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, Limu's just got that, like that fact finding. Like when I'm trying to find facts on other products or supplements or anything, usually I have a very hard time finding the facts on like the company, if the company is good, and then finding the ingredients, like the facts on the ingredients, where they come from. This is the first company that I literally have been able to just research and find it. Research and find. Every single time I have looked into it, I have legitimately been able to pull it right up on my screen and find it right away. I didn't need to do crazy search.
That's the first red flag right there. If you're, especially with supplements or food, if you're looking up the company on their website and you can't even figure out where they're sourcing it, or they have nothing about how the product's processed, that's a red flag. It doesn't mean it's definitely bad, but if they were using a good source or a good process to manufacture it, they probably would detail it on the website. So that's good right there, man. I think more and more companies are going to go transparent like that. That's the beauty of the internet, because now people want to know that stuff. And when you Google it, search for a couple things, you can't find anything. Like I said, it just raises that question. At least it does for me. Like that's how I go about supplements.
Big time.
Yeah. So break down what the product is.
So Original Limu is like the staple point of this company, and what it is it's fucoidan rich, and fucoidan is a brown seaweed that is, get the island that it's off of, but where we get it in this company from, it's sourced from a non-radioactive, non-polluted like part of the ocean. There's only 7 parts of the ocean. Do you believe that shit? 7 parts of the ocean that are completely clean. That's it. Like 7 small little islands around the world are the last places to find good clean water.
I gotta admit, man, I haven't looked into it heavy on my own, but I've heard enough health experts at least quote that say stuff coming off the west coast, the Pacific Ocean, is almost guaranteed to have some level of radiation in it from that Fukushima disaster in Japan. So
yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I can't back it up myself. I haven't done the research, but I've heard many, many times that there's probably contamination coming from there. So I don't know. When I buy fish and I eat a lot of that shit, I prefer to get it from off the coast of Maine and Canada over here. But that's
exactly. And so, fish is nothing like seaweed. Seaweed is like a giant sponge in the ocean. It sucks everything up. So our company, Limu, went out and sourced out the best, cleanest, most protected. Like there's no boats allowed in the waters around the island. Like it's ridiculously protected and safe. That's where we get our source of fucoida from. And the fucoida, a lot of companies, like I had a friend, Jared, there we talk about quite often, he was pretty skeptical about it, so he looked up fucoida, and you could find pills for it, and you could find all these different type of supplements, but what they're extracted from is from the leaf. Our company, my company, Limu, extracts it from the stem. So what that is, now you're getting the purest and the highest quality of it. You're not getting like the throwaway leftover stuff.
Yep, it's kind of all the time with supplements. They say it comes from this plant. It does, but they'll take the non-bioavailable part of the plant or whatever just because it's cheaper, which that's a shady business to me. I mean, companies do that all the time. Supplement industry is $1 billion one and seems to be growing fast. It's not regulated that well. So you can throw in all sorts of stuff. Like we all hear about the steroids being in the GNC products. That comes up often because of MMA and sports. I don't even care about that, because if you're taking something that says you're going to get 75% muscle protein increase or some bullshit, and you
in 30
days,
you
you suddenly add an inch to your arms and start getting pimples all over your back and shit, you should know what's going on. That's a steroid. But in terms of normal supplements like plant extracts and stuff like I would personally take, you just got to look for the quality stuff. It's just like food, man. That's what you really like. Supplements are, of course, to supplement the diet, but they should almost always be whole food extracts. Like there's a few synthetic things like maybe creatine
Exactly.
or caffeine
Exactly.
that I would think are useful for a lot of people like us to take, but in general, they should just be food extracts. Just look at that as food, man.
Yeah, I mean that's literally what this Limu original is. It is food because it's extracted and then just thrown right into the bottle. It's mixed up with some natural like papaya and mango and pear and apple just to give a good flavor. But this stuff is like a super food. It is an anti-inflammatory, helps bounce pH levels, helps bounce hormone levels. It helps with your immune system, digestive. And the best thing about it, the way it's extracted, is as soon as you drink it, it's bioavailable. So your mouth and your cells are already absorbing it. You don't even need like a digestive system to absorb this liquid.
Digestion starts in the mouth. Most people don't think about it that way, but that's, I mean, I learned that in biology. Like it's simple stuff. That's what your saliva starts to break down food. Of course, most of it happens in the gut with the stomach acid and then the intestines. But yeah, that's why it's not always good, even though I've talked about the protein shakes and smoothies that I like in the past. Like, you don't want to overdo that shit because then you bypass that first phase of digestion. If you blend everything up in a blender, drink way too many protein shakes. We've both definitely done that in the past. Way too much whey protein. Look, you live and learn. So yeah, back to it. So it's just are they claiming any specific use for it, like take it if you have this ailment or anything, or is it just a general health aid or man? What?
There's a girl, like, I'm hearing these stories legitimate, and I'm hearing them firsthand, people with these amazing stories. Like, there was a lady that has lupus. She had lupus. She had lupus for 5-6 years. She had a lot of things going on in her life, so she kind of ignored it. You know, she had a lot of tragic in her life, so she just kind of put herself
for anyone who doesn't know what lupus is, it's a nasty autoimmune disease. Like, fucks up a lot of people. So, yeah, and I'm just saying because I didn't know that till I met a lady a year or two ago. I'd always heard lupus. I just never knew what it was. But, yeah, it's just autoimmune diseases are going crazy. It's just that's a side effect of how we live in modern life, along with all the conveniences we got to deal with. All these weird diseases. Yeah, lupus is in the autoimmune category, so...
And it's pretty tough on you. She was having a lot of difficulties, man. Like, she was not doing good. She drank this Limu for about a year and a few months, and she doesn't have lupus anymore. Doctors can't believe it. She's got the blood work to prove it. She has no more lupus. There was a older gentleman. He came down with prostate cancer. And he had to go through treatment, radiation. What does radiation do in the end? Usually it beats the hell out of you and you come out way worse than you go in, right? First time ever doctors seeing people drinking this Limu and going through chemo coming out better than they're going in.
Yeah, dude, the heavy irony about radiation and chemo is, while they are effective, and you got to use them for a lot of cancers now, like there's no question. They both have the side effect of being carcinogens, which is completely fucked when you think about it, but that's how a lot of medicine works. Like, think about any really potent pill that you might take as a prescription is going to have side effects, so you got to go in and hammer those cancer cells. There might be a consequence to that as well, but yeah, that's interesting because prostate cancer is, I think that's the highest cancer for men out there, and it's not... It's not one of the most serious, like you're gonna die if you get prostate cancer. It usually isn't one of the the fast. It's not like if say you get diagnosed with brain cancer or something, and you got 3 months. But
I think even colon cancer is a little more. Yeah, I think even colon cancer is a little more rugged. I know a couple people that had colon cancer, and it just took them right over like real fast. Like prostate cancer, I know probably like 4 or 5 people that have had that. And they're fine today. They were treated, one of them got it real early. But man, I know 2 people that had colon cancer, and then like my grandfather had pancreatic cancer, and man, it's just like you can't do much with that stuff.
Yeah, with most cancers, it just depends how far it's spread. Well, like you said, when you catch it,
Yeah,
catch it early.
that's
but
true.
yeah, that's another one right along with the autoimmune stuff. Cancer rates are obviously on the rise. We all know people with cancer, man. I've had tons of family and friends affected by that already, and I'm still young, so I'm at least gonna do what I can to avoid that in my future, and that's why I'm always interested in hearing about stuff like this, because even if it doesn't apply directly to you, like I don't have prostate cancer, it's still, when you have an effect like that, it makes me interested. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
The same reason that that lady I've talked about in the past who legitimately cured her MS, which is from the normal medical establishment, that's an uncurable disease. Her name's Terry Wahls. She's pretty well known at this point. She's got a book of the Wahls Protocol. But she and the reason I got put on that is because it's based around a ketogenic diet. But yeah, she cured her MS with all sorts of holistic stuff. So yeah, I'm fascinated by that kind of thing, man. Fascinated.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, what else you got about?
This
I'm
shit,
assuming
man,
you've been drinking it, right?
Yeah, actually, I bought into the product. I'm selling it and everything. I went full fucking balls deep, man. The only reason I did that is because the product is so, like, it seems so solid, and it is. Like, everything I said, I looked up. I have any questions, I just ask. Like, I have business partners in this. I just ask them. They literally just answer it. Like, it's not even like, oh, hold on, let me call the back office or something. No, it's like literally like, oh yeah, it's right here. See, here's the facts right there. And it just is real. It's real good. What it is it's a super nutrient dense food. So when people start introducing this into their system, they feel crazy good. Their body's happy. It's satisfied. Cells are happy. Usually, like when I first drank it, I didn't really notice much. I mean, I kind of am on top of my shit already, but like I'm noticing when my friends are drinking it, and like my girlfriend Alicia drinks it, she's saying like she feels like more energy, happier, more alert. Like that's what it does. It helps with focus too. It's a very good stabilizer for just about everything in your everything going on. Like most people that have had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and like this one guy that is one of he's my partner. He was told that he wasn't going to see his birthday. He's 43 years old. He was told he wasn't going to see his 44th birthday, and that he wasn't going to see his son. So he started drinking this limo. He lost like 100 and some pounds. He corrected his cholesterol, corrected his blood pressure. Like it's just amazing shit. And the reason why I jumped on board is because it's something that will lead into like my holistic health coaching. Like it's like some people what I see, like there are people that want to jump on and start making a better them right now. But there are people that are a little hesitant on it. And usually what they need is something to help them already start feeling better before they really are like, oh man, I could definitely, eat better or work out more or whatever. So I really believe in this Limu because, like, say, introducing that original Limu, people are going to start feeling better. They're going to start feeling great. They're going to start feeling more energy. They're going to want to start doing things. They're not going to know where to go with it.
Push in the right direction.
They're going to get a push. That's what it is. It's the push in the right direction, and then that push is hopefully to me to help them out. Usually I can make everlasting goals in life, so the long, sustainable,
I've been saying this for years now. I really wish there was a one-time pill that only worked once that you could give to someone, and for one day or a week, it would make them feel like they were living perfectly healthy. Like doing everything right, exercising, eating right, getting sleep, hydrating, all that, and then it never worked again. So just to get a taste of it, but like you just said, there are a lot of things, and it happens all the time, whether it's someone cutting carbs out of their diet, or starting to go to yoga class, or starting a running program, whatever, just a little push, because look, as much as I don't like to sympathize, like, you can always get up and do something, but when someone's, like, 350 pounds, sick, maybe they have an autoimmune condition or something, it's very hard to just take that first step, like, even to just get up and go to walk on the treadmill at the gym or anything, even though that's, like, to me, as I've said before, walking isn't really exercise, it's just how you move your body around, but for some people, that's really all they can handle at the beginning, and it's hard to even take that step, so that's interesting, man. I kind of like that approach. That something that, especially if you're eating all kinds of shitty foods and stuff, something that just gives you a little bit of that good feeling that you'd get from actually giving your body all the nutrients it needs. And
what it is, the first step. It's the first step to investing into you. You know what I mean? Like, this is the reason why the other, like, I mean, I can't say it enough, is just because it's a visual. You know what I mean? Like when I'm trying to like explain people like what I do and stuff, and most of the time they understand, and I'm getting a lot better at explaining it. For a while it's hard to explain to somebody what a holistic health coach is, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, what the hell is that? Like one guy said, what do? Put my feathers in my hair and dance circles around him and he gets better? I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know?
No, and that's like an Indian sweat lodge you're talking about. different things. Like, what do you say?
So I was like, hold on, dude, hold on. No, that's not what it is. But anyways, this is something that is right in their face. You know, like gives them that feeling to want to be a better them, and maybe even just gives them feeling that they can feel better than they do now. You know, a lot of us Americans and just people around the world just accept the way we feel. Like I was talking to somebody in jiu-jitsu yesterday, you know, his knee got fucked up, it got a little torqued, but his knee's been always messed up, and he's just like, I'll just go back to the normal rate of pain. I'm like, why do you have a normal rate of pain? He goes, oh, well, it's just been like that for years. It's just always got to deal with it, limping, it's hard in the morning to get up. I said, you haven't done anything to, like, maybe fix that up, you know, like maybe look into it? I don't know what the hell to do. What are you going to do with something like that? I don't know, maybe research, maybe some, like,
do something.
Food could help, stretches,
dance around with some feathers in your hair. You can do anything.
I can't believe you wouldn't do nothing, though. Like, you just accept that. So, like, having this product, making people feel better, might make them not want to accept the way they feel. And want to do that, you know, make that, go for those steps to the better them, you know, so... I really believe in the product. It has a few different things. There's also some energy drinks. It's the healthiest energy drink out there. Now, I know when you say energy drinks, it's like, oh, fuck, it's an energy drink. But it does have, like, a couple of ingredients. Like, there's two different kinds. So there's one that has a little more than the other. And there's a couple things in there that I'm not a huge fan of. But this energy drink is very clean. There's no bullshit added into it at all. And... it was the first time, like, I'm a guy that doesn't take in very much sugar or any sugar at all usually, and I take in very, very, if any, little caffeine. And this thing right here made me focus like I've never focused before. Like, I have ADD, so I sometimes have a hard time paying attention to, or just trying to focus. I'm over here doing schoolwork, and I'll look to my right, and I'll see dishes that need to be done. Next thing you know, I'm fucking doing the dishes, you know? So this drink literally made me focus better than I ever have, and I just can't believe it, and didn't send me into this crazy, like, spike, and I didn't have any downfall. I just was, like, at a nice, perfect level pace. It was really nice. They have these Limu Burn, which is a drink that helps you burn fat. You know, it's for people that they also have like a diet program. So you would drink a Limu Burn, which has the Fucoida extract in it. Every single product has it in it. And the Limu Burn is pretty badass. That one doesn't have any dairy or anything in it, so I really like that one. It is, I guess it does have dairy, but it's whey protein, but it's pre-digested. So it's a little easier to break down, and it's very high quality whey protein.
Well, on that, just to say, because I've used tons of whey in the past, bad stuff and good stuff, I don't have any problem with whey protein personally. It's just like any supplement or food, you want to get quality stuff. So there's shitty whey protein out there, and there's tons. I was ordering some protein powder the other day. I usually use a raw hemp protein powder, just because it seems to digest well. I like it because it's hemp, obviously. I decided to switch it up just because I try different brands. Just like I said, I like to experiment with the supplements, and I keep, like, the raw hemp, that shit looks like ground up grass clippings right out the bag. Like, you got to add a lot of stuff to the smoothie to cover that. It's like raw hemp fiber,
it's so hard,
and hemp protein. I mean, I've been drinking it for years, so I don't mind it at all. Like, it's a good source of protein and fiber, but I was just looking up different options and prices. I went with a bag because I keep seeing this one pop up in the last year or so. Tried some pea protein, which is very similar to the hemp, just lower in fiber. I've been using that just this week. I like that so far. But while I was looking at different options, I saw like at least 20 grass-fed whey protein powders just on Amazon, and they weren't even that expensive. Like that.
Yeah.
2 years ago, when I first went from drinking like the normal shitty whey that we used to pound after workouts all the time, like Optimum Nutrition or Muscle Farm or some bullshit.
From like Yeah.
artificial sweeteners, just shitty flavorings and preservatives in it and stuff. It always blew up your gut. Like it, not quality by any means.
There shouldn't be fruit punch whey. Okay, it
Exactly.
shouldn't be fruit punch
Right.
whey.
When I stopped taking that, I was just becoming aware that like the grass fed was a better option. And looking at that stuff, it would have been like double the price. So I never even bothered messing with it. Now it's like there's tons of options out there. Man, paleo, proteins, primal shit, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, I think with as far as the whey goes, it's just about if your body tolerates it or not. And regardless of what you tolerate, say you're fine with the dairy, for sure get a good quality source of dairy. Like dairy,
Yeah,
that's my opinion on it, you know.
And that's exactly what I did to make sure I researched on it. Like I went into this thinking down on this shake too, like big time. Like I went into this thing pretty skeptic because I'm a holistic health coach. So I'm like, if I'm gonna rep something, it's got to be fucking legit. I can't be like repping. I can't be repping Slim Fast here. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Exactly.
So I looked into it and. It's just a real high quality. I've done it now 3 days in a row, and I haven't noticed anything. I haven't done whey protein in 2 years, I want to say. I've been just strictly plant protein, and that was just because my girlfriend came down. We figured out that she had a dairy allergy, and I just went no dairy as well because it just made me feel so much better.
The plant proteins just seems to digest better for most people, I would say.
Sure.
Like, and given that the cost is equivalent, like not on any vegan, vegetarian shit. I'm obviously not on board with that myself, but it's a good option to try, even if you don't necessarily have to do it. Like someone who's lactose intolerant or has a casein allergy or any of that shit. Just try it just to see if maybe your gut feels better when you drink your shake.
Yeah.
Like that's that's simple.
And honestly, this has probiotics in it. It's the first shake that I've ever seen that has probiotics in it. It has live enzymes. It has like everything benefited to the digestive part of this shake.
Dude, I've been seeing that more and more actually in like especially in the plant-based proteins. They're adding probiotics into them, which I think is pretty cool. I like that. It's like everything. You got to do your research, figure out what they're putting in it, make sure it's alive and all that. But that seems like a good thing in general. Like overall, the probiotics, more and more people are becoming aware that that's something you need. So I like that for sure.
For sure. And it's probably one of the best tasting shakes I've ever had. Literally, I don't know, right here, see this little thing? This is a 16-ounce little cup. All I did was dump the powder in there, put water in there. Best shake ever. Like I couldn't do that with any other shake, man.
We got to be honest, man. As much as myself, I'll drink some grass-flavored hemp protein, just chug it down because I think it's good for me.
It's rugged.
A supplement will not sell. The company will not be successful if it doesn't taste good. That's just the truth. You can have.
See, they did a real good job. They refined it, they didn't refine it. Sorry, they just made it so fine. It's not like all the other ones where it will clump up. And it will just be like all of a sudden you get this dry fucking poof like into your mouth. And this literally breaks right down and just in water, man, tastes like a delicious milkshake. Like, because I don't drink milk, so this thing is like as close as I get, and all it is water and protein. So it's fucking. I'm really enjoying it, honestly. This stuff is fucking badass.
Not bad, man. So that's two things. What's the third? Just since we have limited time here today, I want to.
Well, no, that was my third. I got the Aflac. I did my Better Me.
All right, that was the trifecta.
And I'm on the Limu board, man. All that happened within 3 days. Like literally, I have so much shit going on right now. I don't even know what the fuck to do with myself. For a while, I was like looking for shit to do. You know, I was even looking to be like, I'm gonna work at Trader Joe's or at Mountain Mama's fucking Natural Grocers and get some extra change. But now, man, like I'm in it. Like I'm doing it. Like I'm already making some money with my business. And the best thing about all these is, the holistic health coaching isn't networking. It is networking in the beginning, but it's not in the end. These businesses that are networking businesses, literally word of mouth. Like this Limu company does not. That reason why you haven't heard about it, because it doesn't advertise like Red Bull, it doesn't advertise like Monster or any protein drinks or anything like that, because they don't want to be classified as that shit. And
let's go back.
They just have better quality. You know?
First, any supplement company, like I just said, you got to check off certain things. It's got to taste decent. But also, it's got to be a good quality product, even though I know some shitty products have just got marketed, but it can get successful in the very short term. It'll fall off the market, and a lot of companies do that. They just push product after product because people try them, get all hyped up because of the marketing, then realize it's garbage, and the product goes away real fast. So from my perspective, any company trying to do anything in the supplement industry, it's got to be around the quality of the product. And that goes for a lot of things besides supplements too, but just since that's what we're talking about, the quality of the product has to be the most important thing. And back to where we started on this with all that multi-level marketing, man, at its core, doing that, it probably was a legit idea before all these people co-opted it and turned it into pyramid schemes. Because what it is, and we've talked about this in the past, in a lot of different types of work we've done, both of us have done around Vermont, contracting, excavating, you've done construction stuff, all that kind of thing. Word of mouth is the best advertising. So at its core, I feel like at the beginning, that kind of marketing, group marketing type thing was just pushing, it was trying to make word of mouth a little more organized. You know what I mean? Besides just straight selling and just hoping people talk about it, organizing it a little more. Some shady people just took it too far with the whole pyramid scheme thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It is what it is, but I don't like I said before, man, I don't think it's a bad thing at all if it's a good product and people are being honest about it. And I like what you said about like it cuts them off after 2 people. That
yeah, like
seems
it
a good
literally
policy.
cuts off of it. Like you could double dip and then it cuts off. And if somebody sells more than me, if I'm not like selling and I'm not real active, which is fine too, then they can shoot up above me.
So
But
the reason I like that is because it gives you an incentive, but the issue with the pyramid schemes is it incentivizes you just to get other people to sell it without actually doing
the
work
thing
yourself.
with the pyramid scheme is that unless you're at the top, you're not good. You're not doing shit.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? If you're at the bottom of the pyramid, that's where you stay, and you are working for the guys at the top of the pyramid. So that fucking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
This right here, literally, we can help each other out. We could swap our like I need to have people below me, and that gives me credentials to move up into the next category for my 2K VIP. And what that is it just like, I have $2,000 underneath me, and I brought this much in the company. It's just another ranking.
Who runs the company? Have you looked into that? The founder?
It's Limu. The founder
is there a founder? Or is it
Gary J. Racer is the founder. This company has been around since 2004, so it's 13 years old, and it will not ever advertise like any other company. It only goes by word of mouth. It's literally just like my company back home. That's why I can relate with it so well. Our trash company, we did no advertisement. We did no advertisement
all
at
word
all.
Of mouth, like I was just
all
saying,
word of mouth, and that's how this is. This is quality stories. That's why I know about that girl with lupus. That's why I know about that older gentleman with the cancer, and like my partner Craig with losing weight. Like these are legitimately raw stories. There's even stories because this company is so successful. It's one of the best. It is, sorry, not one of it. You can look it up right now. It is the best company. It's the best home-based company out there right now. Like you can.
I just brought up the founder because that's another thing you got to check off the list always. Just look into the person who started the company and their ethics and how they approach it. If they have integrity and that kind of thing.
Gary J. Racer is pretty badass. Everything I've seen about him and heard about him I definitely am happy with for sure.
So
the guy really likes to help us out.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that's essential, man. Having someone solid at the head of the company. It reminded me though, and that's why I'm breaking the no phone rule that we put in early on, which I think was a great one. And that's obviously it's a rule with exceptions, but it's because we're trying to have a good conversation here. You know what I mean? And that is such a lost art in normal life. Like I don't need to repeat something that Rogan said a million times, but even we all do it with our friends, with people we don't know. You're having a conversation, you're only half there, and I think probably 50% of that time is with your phone or something to do with technology. So the only reason
that's what I do. I mean, I'm great that I just wanted to step in on that just real quick to get some people to like maybe understand what holistic health coaching is if they're questioning it. Is literally one of the most important things I do is sit down and have a good quality conversation with somebody with no distractions. And that's where the magic happens. That's where change happens, and like sustainable improvement is in a good quality conversation with somebody that doesn't have an ego and doesn't have judgment on you, just is talking and discussing. That's it. Like, how often do you do that? You know,
yeah,
I mean,
it's rare in modern life. It really is.
I want some people that are listening to this right now to think about their last good conversation that was more than 15 minutes long and that wasn't about bills or your girlfriend or a car. You know what I mean? Like, or bitching about a family relative or a friend or something. Like, just a good conversation about you, maybe about a friendship that you had between the two people that, you know, the other person you're talking with. When was the last time, you know?
Yep, yeah, that should be a regular thing, for sure, for all of us. And the only reason why I was looking at my phone here is because you reminded me of a podcast I heard a couple weeks ago, but it changed my opinion a little bit when I heard it, because it's on the Ben Greenfield Fitness Podcast. That's one I've mentioned a few times. Probably my favorite fitness podcast out there. But it's definitely leans toward the holistic side of things, and it's also heavier on the endurance sports side of things as well. If anyone wants to check it out, it is a good one just for general health and fitness. But he interviewed this guy who goes all around the world just trying to find, like, goes to the Amazon, finding different superfoods and stuff, and sells them through his company. It sounded like he had a lot of interesting stuff to say. Definitely knew his shit. It was just an interesting interview all around. The guy's name's Darren Olson or something like that. I don't know, but I'll get the number of the episode here in a second. He didn't bring it up till partway into the interview. He was the one who founded that fucking Shakeology company, which I gotta be honest, I always thought was total bullshit, and I still do. It didn't change my opinion on that. I don't think that was a great thing, but I'd never had any idea who had started it. I just heard about it through like social media and basically heard people clowning on it.
Because it was trendy. So of course we heard about it. It became like a fucking trendy thing.
I don't believe this guy is still involved with it. I couldn't say for sure, but he seemed like a pretty straightforward guy, like straight shooter. Wasn't trying to sell bullshit. So it just goes to show, because as I said, from my perspective, everything I know about it, that Shakeology shit it's total bullshit. When it started, it might not have been. That's the point I'm trying to make. So, and that happens to a lot of companies. At the beginning, they might have been someone with good intentions. Maybe they're just trying to promote a product they really believe in. Of course, if it's a supplement company, they're trying to make money. But just because it might have turned into something that seems, because I've always put Shakeology in that pyramid scheme type category. Like I said, I haven't ever looked into it enough to know if it's exactly.
Dude, I was like the biggest skeptic of all that stuff, and I can't believe I'm in it now. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like,
the only reason I bring it up is just because it goes to show they're not all the same. Because it's very easy in your head just to lump them all together. It's all that same type of bullshit. And like, I've known people who have tried to sell stuff that seems very pyramid scheme like to me, and that not a great idea, but you don't know. You can't say all the companies are like that. That's what I'm getting to. So, yeah, man. It's just what you said before. Do your research. That's the important part. You gotta
look into it. And if a company is like willing to like throw all out on a limb, like literally, there is a couple bad reviews. And I'm gonna give a little history on this. Now, Limu was named something else before. I don't really know what it was. It was like maybe just a company, a name off of Limu or something, but it did have a product out there. But what happened was the product was really good. It's just the same thing that it is now. Just Gary J. Racer, he was involved with somebody else, and what happened was there was claims that this could cure cancer. So it was misled, and it was kind of like that Red Bull shit that, you know, it doesn't give you fucking wings. So people blew it up, you know, made it, and they got sued. That didn't hurt the company at all. What happened was it actually made the company better and made it grow, from what I can see. Because Gary J. Racer now took it all on his own. He took it totally to the side, for one, so that he could make the decisions for his promoters. Because he didn't like the way that the board wanted to make it better for them, you know, more money for them. That's what all these companies want to do, is make more money for themselves. You know, fuck all the little guys, the guys that work for us, fuck them. So what he did is he created this company so that there's no advertisement. There's all the money goes to the people that are representing and selling it. Like, he fully supports his sales team in a way. Like, it's crazy. The parties that he throws, the benefit packages that he gives.
Have you met that guy?
No, I haven't met him yet, but I'm going to, they have events every 4 months. They have, it's called a Limu event. It's a crazy huge party. It's free if you're, work with Limu. There's not a lot of companies that do it free. It is crazy big. People win tons of prizes, like $10,000, $20,000. They win like 6 months fucking maid service. They just win tons of shit all the time. Like, I'm literally meeting people that are winning this shit, and I'm meeting people like, the house that I was in last Wednesday had 7 BMWs from Limu that all those people were driving for free. 7 people at this house were driving black BMWs for free because that's how well this works. Like, literally, a lady got her BMW in 4 months. This guy got his BMW in 6 months. Like, it works. It's a system that is straight up in front of me and works for the people that I work for the company. It's not like just the big wig takes all advantage. That's the other thing that I loved about this company is it's one of a kind, and it's just so unique that I just couldn't help but to be part of it. Honestly, like, it's too good to be true. It seems too good to be true. That's where I came at this. I went to these people and I was like, I don't know how you could tell me I can get a Beamer. I don't know how you could tell me I'm going to get free trips and money. I don't know how you're going to tell me I'm going to get paid 13 different ways,
Well, the thing is,
and I'm going to get my product free. Like, you guys are telling me, like, all this, like, this shit is way too good.
There are good companies out there. There's no question. That's why I was taking a moment before there to differentiate between the difference between a good company and at least the things I try to look at when I'm just being a consumer and buying stuff from someone. But all I would say is this, man, just you're clearly going about it the right way, being with that skeptical mindset. Keep that through each level of it, because you just want to have a clear picture of what you're doing the whole time. Because I like that it, as I said, from what you're saying, it doesn't sound like you're overly incentivized. Of course, you want to have incentives. You don't want to have incentives that compromise integrity, and I think that's the key difference. When you get you start putting the carrot in front of the donkey and making it run until it just passes out. You don't want that kind of incentive, man. You want it to get just reasonable shit. I'm just saying and it sounds like a good company that invests in its employees. To me, I think it's just common sense to do that, to give back to because when you legitimately treat the employees well and give them a piece of the pie, they'll perform better. That's
for sure.
Becoming more and more clear. You're seeing it from all the way down from the biggest companies in the world like Apple and Google down to little like local businesses. Treat people better, the better work they're going to do. So yeah, it's
and it makes the company just look better. It makes it more appetizing. Like, now when I talk to you about this company and you're seeing how fired up I am and how respected I feel from this company and stuff, that only makes you want to maybe get involved or buy the product or at least check into it. Seeing that I'm so, like, especially like I've had a few people like, oh, you're a holistic health coach? Oh, throw me on board. If you think that shit's good, let's do it. Especially if you checked into it, because people trust my judgment and stuff. So like, I just like how the whole thing is just a positive. There's no negative downside to it. I mean, I haven't found one yet. I mean, it's fucking awesome. It's really quite an amazing company, and I feel like it's gonna do some great shit too for some people that I know. It might even do great shit.
It sounds like a good thing, but that, as I said, just the same advice I have for just be aware of how much you want to put into it, because even if everything is great in any company even if it's your own company and you're running everything, there will be negatives. That. So
for sure.
Just keep the eyes wide open, man. That's the only advice I have. But I'm
Dude,
curious.
with this limo, my eyes are twice as open. Honestly, I know what you're saying, but like I took a shot this morning. What it is you get this bottle, and it would last somebody like you, last a week. You take 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces at night. double shots. Some people, depending on like if people have cancer or whatever, they would want to drink more. You know, it's all depending on the person. And I've been on it now for 3 days, and I can't even tell you. Like, I wake up a little like more alert. Like, I'm a guy that doesn't like to wake up. When I wake up, I'm like, man, I'm ready to sleep. Like, it's like prepping me to sleep. Literally, that's what it feels like. Like, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, shit. It's just like getting ready for a workout. I'm all stretched out and shit, and now I can just get into it, you know? So I fucking have a hard time yanking my ass out of bed sometimes. And this shit made a huge difference. I can't even fucking tell you, like, especially with my ADD. I mean, I never thought too big of it because I always was doing a lot of things on hand and stuff, and I just think it's an excuse anyways. But it really is something that kind of throws me off once in a while, and I have to catch myself and be like, yo, fucking reel back and do the shit you need to do, you know? Stop paying attention to all the other crap. And this is the first thing I've ever had that literally focuses me, and like I have no issues. Like, I can't even. It's fucking awesome. It really, especially in this time of my life right now where I have so many things going on. I got a new customer. I have 2 new jobs that I just started. Like, Aflac's a legit job. You know, like, I got to go for, I mean, of course it's a legit job, but I got to go for my sales and my insurance license for Colorado, you know, so I got to take that test. So I need some focus right now. I need to be on top of my game, and this stuff is only making me feel that way. Like, I just drank this shake. Like, I didn't feel ready to work out. It's Sunday fucking morning. Like, last night, I stayed up real late last night, just, like, doing some shit on the computer and then fucking just, like, chilling. I am ready to work out. Like, as soon as we get done with this podcast, man, I'm banging out a workout. And I woke up iffy about it. I was like, oh, man, you know, I'm feeling a little sore. I got fucked up. I got a good choke. Somebody got a good choke on me because I'm getting good. Like, I'm getting better. I'm not good by any means, but I'm getting better. At least that's what they're telling me. So they're trying new moves on me and shit. And fucking guy drove his thumb right in behind my head real good and pulled on my neck. And man, it hasn't been right since. So
you're gonna
so I was a little down.
You're gonna have to take some of that learning jujitsu.
Yeah. So I'm a little down about that, but it's. Just drinking this shit right here just gives me such an unlimited feeling of energy. Like, I just gotta go, man. I gotta go. I gotta do it, you know? And then it's not like like I'm a fucking squirrel. Like, I'm out there, like, energized right up, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. But you take it before bed, too?
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't energize. No. See, listen, the original Limu, that's not the energizer, but what it does is it helps you focus. You know what I mean? And it in a way probably does give you energy because of the nutrition satisfaction, you know?
Yeah, we're talking stimulant energy versus just energy from food. But yeah, I was just curious because you said it gave you energy, and I was like, wait, you don't want that before you're about to go to sleep.
What it is it's a leveler. So, like, it's going to help you bounce out. Like, there's a lady that literally waits till nighttime to drink all 4 ounces of her Limu because it helps her go to bed, because it relaxes her body and puts it into a comfort state. Like,
do they call it an adaptogen? Just curious if they dropped that term in there.
Adaptogen,
you probably recognize it. That's one that gets tagged to a lot of superfoods, so I was just curious.
Yeah, well, break down adaptogen there.
Well, it would just be if they use the term or not. It could apply to a lot of different things. So it's something that's going to bring hormone levels into homeostasis.
Yeah, because I feel like I have heard him say it. The only reason I wanted you to break it down a little bit is because I've been told so many stories about it. You know, like, literally these stories are so passionate, too, and so driven that every time I hear a story from somebody, they're crying. You know, like a dude that's 245 pounds. He's 6'3", 6'4" over here, and he's crying, telling us a story about how he lost
powerful
weight.
Shit, man.
And dude, it's powerful shit. It's something else. And honestly, like, dude, I got a little teared up when I started thinking about it, because part of Limu is sharing your story. So what they want you to do is write your story down, submit it, and you can win like $20,000, $10,000, trips, you know, the maids, whatever. You can win tons of shit. And I was thinking about my story and like what I like set out here to do, and like all the way back from Vermont coming out here. And I don't even know how I did it. I mean, I guess I do if I sat back and think, but it's just crazy how exactly what I said I was going to do happened. You know, like, I mean, I know that happens for me, and it's like, oh yeah, you fucking did what he said he was gonna do, but
no, it's a perfect
it was
example.
not.
You commit to something, follow through, and then you get what you planned on. Yeah.
But there's no way I would have thought, you know, because like just coming from the family background that I was and stuff, there's no way that I thought that I could really show my dad that you could live a life that was full life. You had time, you were able to make money, and it wasn't stressful. Like literally, that's what my family's used to living in, is a stressful life is all about work and money, you know. And I don't want to live that life. Like that was it was tough on me. I thought all the time that this is not the life for me, and I literally made the life that I wanted in Colorado. Like it's happening. Like I'm really seeing it come together now. And dude, it brought a tear to my eye, man. I really didn't think I could wrap it all up like that, you know.
That's
like
great,
honestly.
man. Yeah, to observe it as it happens, yeah, and really be aware of it. Because of course you're like a year down the road, whatever, you're gonna be able to look back and reflect on it. But it's nice to see it as it actually happens too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Things are progressing well. It's good
yeah.
to see.
Oh,
so we gotta wrap this one up. Won't be one of our longer episodes. I got shit to do on this Sunday. But that's interesting, man. And I'll be very curious to hear more about it, especially with a supplement like that. How it affects you over time is gonna be the most impactful thing for sure. So yeah, I want to hear how it works for you, and I'm sure you'll figure out different ways to use it. Like if you're using it more for sleep, more for energy, more for workouts,
well, it also
whatever,
depends on the person too. You know, it also depends on the person.
Just since I've known you for so long now, and especially how much working out we've done together, I want to know how you'll apply it to your life for sure. Because you said you don't have prostate cancer, man. You don't have diabetes. You don't got Alzheimer's. Like I want to know how you use it to enhance your life. You know what I mean? Off your baseline. So yeah.
One of the biggest things, honestly, is what I'm hoping that it helps me. I think I have a little thyroid issues, honestly, because I'm having some problems maintaining temperature. Like I'll get like really hot, I'll be sweaty, then I'm cold, and it's not like real fast and changing, but it's been very consistent since I moved out here, where I'm having hard temperature levels. Like it's hard to maintain a good temperature.
Because like I'm reading a book right now. I won't go into this heavy, like I said, because I want to wrap it up in a minute here. But it claimed, and I don't know if this is the accurate number or not, but it said that roughly a third of Americans have thyroid hormone deficiencies, which I would think it would be higher, honestly. But that's a very common one out there for all of us, even people like us who are into their health, for sure. So,
yeah. Well, there was a lady that took this Limu for 5 months, and she cured her thyroid issue. So I'm like, dude, this stuff is fucking pretty amazing, and I'm looking forward to telling you about it and what it does for me.
Sounds interesting, man. Yeah, I look forward to hearing about it. So on that, thanks for listening, anyone out there. We'll be back next week with another one. It's Green Mountain Views on Instagram, gmv802@gmail if you want to get in touch with us for anything. And on that, we're out.
Peace.